Hey everybody, welcome back to North Pole Retro. Um, give you a little bit of insight on journey across YouTube of the on and off and on and off and kind of getting back into the roots of somewhat of what inspired this channel. And it was about 15 years ago. Actually, I think it was longer than that now. Used to actually run a channel for Dungeons and Dragons and Warhammer and 40K. And you know what? Retro gaming doesn't always necessarily mean video game consoles and that. So I wanted to do a small section on some tabletop gaming and a couple things we used to do back then, and a couple of things we're going to be introducing into our store that might help you out. Anyways, let's see what we have on the table first. So, what we're doing is getting back a little bit, like I said, into the roots of what we used to do and that. And what we have right here are pretty much 3mm cut miniature bases, both square, round, and hexagonal. So, if you're into things like playing Battletech, Mech Warrior, the original Warhammer, these work for D&D as well. These also work for 40K and also D&D. These are up in our store. You can get them in 10, 25, 50, and 100 packs. Everything from a 15mm size all the way up to 150, depending on the size. So those will be up in the store in our tabletop gaming section, and that they work really great if you got miniatures that you need bases for, or if you're rebasing other miniatures that weren't necessarily designed for those systems. We'll have another video on doing that later, kind of give you guys some insight on exactly what I'm talking about. Helps out a lot too, especially if you're playing D&D and you don't feel like painting miniatures. There's a couple of game systems out there with pre-painted miniatures that you can pop the bases off, chuck them onto some new ones, and call it a day from there. But we've always found these 3mm size work out pretty well, and that we'll also get into a couple of things on some condition counters and markers and stuff like that. So just kind of watch the channel and watch our store for some upcoming products, especially if you're into things like War Machine, Warhammer, 40K, Dungeons and Dragons, a couple of your other fantasy tabletop stuff. And you know what? If we don't have it up in our store and you're looking for it, hit us up. We might make it for you. We're always into designing new things and that, and systems change really fast, and you guys help us stay on top of those. Anyways, that's just kind of a couple of things that are going to be coming up soon as far as the channel goes and our store, some of our miniature bases that we have that we're going to be doing, and we're really just doing them out of wood instead of plastic. Try to keep costs down for you, keep the cost down for us. That way we can produce a lot of them and get them shipped out to you quickly if you do need them. They work great too for actually if you're just doing terrain and things like that. You can actually attach your terrain pieces to the top of them, be able to get them up. But anyways, we are North Pole Retro. You can find us at northpoleretro.com. Consoles, modifications, repairs, reviews. We do restoration services, and we're getting back into tabletop gaming, which is where this entire journey of YouTube started about 15 years ago. Took a really long hiatus because life happened, but you know what? It happens. Anyways, like, subscribe, share, leave comments down below of things that you guys want to see, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for stopping in, and have a good night.